It was a main aimed at to liberalize the handling of the grain at the port terminal to eliminate the monopoly and promote healthy competition. And the KPA began the tendering process for the second grain handler, but the process was cancelled to allow for further stakeholders consultation. Now the question is, the KPA board, however, resolved to license the second grain handler, which was to be done by 2022. So can the KPA now clarify whether they allowed the second handler to, they allowed the tender process to continue, and who was awarded?
When I look at this report or recommendation, you agreed you will give the GBHL 8 years to recoup what it invested, which happened. Now, since that time is 14 years, you have only licensed one company, which is again in court. Sorry, you have licensed two. They are all in court. No.
One has not proceeded.
Why don't you continue now that you went to court, you heard the case, you are guided? Why don't you immediately engage, possibly to get others on board?
In 2008, when the process was suspended to allow further consultation, was with the stakeholders. I think the chair had requested us, who are these stakeholders? The stakeholders are the users and the grain importers also. So that consultation continued, and as you have also said that SKPA, we offer only the port facility ourselves, and when we are looking into these things also, we have also to look into the land, because if you want to set up a grain handling facility, you must have adequate land. In the Kilindini port, that land was not available, and what we had to rely on was the public or the private sector to invest. And arising from that is that we received a public initiated, private initiated proposal from Kilindini, where we gave the approval, but there have been some issues with them. They have not progressed. We also received the one from Portside, which we processed and issued a license, but again, it has been challenged in court. SKPA, where we have capacity and where we have land, and as per our master plan, is that Dongo, Kundu and Lamu, as per the committee's report, also had been recommended that once these facilities are ready, SKPA, if the private sector will not have initiated other proposal, then definitely we will do the advertisement.
In respect to Portside freight terminals, which was issued with a license to develop the second bulk grain, Chair, we are informed that the same has not been operationalized because it has been subject to a court case for the last 3 years, which has prevented the investment. Could the PS be very particular on the particulars of the court case? Why is this matter in court, and what have you done to resolve this matter?
There has been a court case over the last 3 years that has been hampering for us to continue. We have also received proposals, as I mentioned, to the Dongo Kundu Special Economic Zone, which is an area covering 3,500 acres just behind the Port of Mombasa, where we're going to put up 7 berths, and we're also going to develop a special economic zone. We have also received offers to put up a second other facility at the Lamu port, and all these are proposals, and there's a process to this. This kind of proposal, they take time for us to follow the due diligence of the law and the laws of KPA.
In this report, and it gave timelines, Chair. It said by 2022, we should be ensuring that the business is fair around KPA and the operations there in Honorable Chair. But Honorable Chair, you see, it looks like a hot potato, Honorable Chair. No one wants to touch it. Everyone is flexing their hands, then take it back. And it is the responsibility of this particular leadership, Chair, to ensure that now that you have taken office, you must grab this hot potato If it burns your hands, we have money as government. We are going to ensure that you have surgery, your hands will be okay, so that we can be able to safeguard the business of this country. And Honorable Chair, I just want to ask, KPA could be very comfortable. I think they are also in business, very good business, because Honorable Chair, if you're not making adequate money or profits, you will be paying more attention to issues like monopoly. And Honorable Chair, the all questions that are going around here is about monopoly. And we are asking, what are the timelines for this monopoly? We are only hearing the case. We want to know, when did who go to court? When was the High Court case determined?
Previous committee had recommended by 2022 we must have licensed the second one. That one we complied, other than the fact that we were taken to court. In 2021, we licensed the port side to develop a second grain terminal. Number two, in terms of specifics now, that if it is something that is supposed to be driven by KPA, I think we need to give you the timelines for the Dongo Kundu special economic zone. Number one is that the construction of the port component, that's where where ships will be docking. We expect to sign the contract with the contractor anytime between now and the end of this month. You give us 2 years to build the berth will be complete. The funds are there. We have the money in our account, 1.4 billion that we are going to compensate them. And next week, we will be engaging the leadership of Mombasa County in terms of the compensation. The process, as my peers have said, is at the tail end now. We finalized with NLC. We are also finalizing with the Ministry of Land. Now, we are now doing validation and also sensitizing and also holding public participation before we disperse the money, and then we resettle them.